Hello neighbors, it's Crazy Double D with HD Gaming Live, and I'm here with another review. This is The Escapists, The Walking Dead. Is The Walking Dead license used to its full potential? Let's find out. In The Escapists, The Walking Dead, you play as the main character of the series, Rick Grimes. You are in charge of the group of survivors, and it's up to you to accomplish various objectives in each level to keep everyone safe and eventually move on to the next area. Rather than scrounging around in inmate cells for supplies, The Walking Dead will see you journeying out into the apocalyptic wastelands, fighting or carefully avoiding crowds of walkers to get what you need. You'll have to find time for exploration in between your survival routines, like washing bloody clothes and cooking food for your group. If you shirk your responsibilities for too long, your safe house will start to fall apart and the zombies will begin to move in. It's up to you to manage your time and resources to keep everyone safe, while also moving things along. Day after day, you attend a morning head count, then off to breakfast, then you have some free time. I usually work out. Then you get assigned a task. Do the task to improve group morale and spend your free time doing whatever. Just don't wander out into the wastes till you're ready. You move through the different stages with written story and cutscenes. These cutscenes are presented in a beautiful comic book style fashion. You'll see yourself setting up camp in several of the iconic locations from the series, like the Green Family Farm and the town of Woodbury. You'll also be working together with the characters from the comics and the show. The 8-bit sprites of these iconic characters are too cute. All set to a very ominous retro-bit style music. Sound effects are filled with old school cool, meshes with the setting perfectly. So, what has changed from the original Escapist game? The biggest and most important change is the sense of freedom you are given. No longer do you have to hide from the guards to do almost anything. You can go out and scavenge for weapons and supplies without fear of losing them all at the crushing hands of a random cell check. Everyone is working together, so you don't have to worry about making one of the characters hate you in order to make another like you. Removing the prison element of the Escapists allows the great parts of the game to take spotlight. You don't have to worry about randomly losing all of your progress, which makes the slow, careful nature of the game feel strategic and thoughtful, rather than rushed and laced with anxiety of having to start over. You're still confined to your safe house, and the objective is still to escape, but you're much more free to enjoy the game mechanics along the way. Strangely, one of the changes that adds the most freedom is the fact that this game is actually much more linear. Each level gives you very specific objectives to complete in order to escape and move on to the next one. Side quests are basically fetch quests for other survivors. That's up to you if you're into that kind of quest or not. You have an objective marker to make them a little faster and less obnoxious. But it's still up to you to figure out how to complete these objectives, and you still must explore, craft, innovate, and team up with other campers as much as you can in order to do so. The added direction makes the game a little less overwhelming, and you'll feel like you have much more freedom to experiment. The crafting system has been overhauled as well. Something like 70 new items have been added, many of which are weapons. The Walking Dead puts much more emphasis on the crafting tools and weapons over things like disguises due to the nature of the zombie apocalypse. Crafting items out of what little inventory space you have is the key. So knowing what drawer and what building has what material in it is helpful. As you rummage through desks and bodies to find what seems to be normal trash items, but then combine them with other trash items and get something cool. That's the basics of crafting. The interface for crafting and menus are clearly designed for the PC. They do the best they can to make it suitable for consoles, but it's still a chore to navigate. You don't have anything to hide any longer, so there is not as much need for items like fake fences and dolls to put in beds to fool guards. This makes the crafting feel more worthwhile, as you get to actually use everything you make to accomplish something. The The crafting recipes are much easier to find this time around as well. So while you still have to experiment for items, you'll have a little bit more help on the way. This is one of those games where you have to be in the mood for the gameplay. I, on one hand, am a fan of the series and love this kind of roleplay mechanics, but wow am I bad. On Herschel's farm, I was being overrun by day 3. Sorry, Dale. It's role-playing in its very true sense of the word. You play a role day to day doing menial chores that other games just don't have. The tediousness of the daily tasks can be tasking. But if you're a fan of the show or the comics and want to feel what it's like going through day by day of the zombie apocalypse in the Walking Dead universe, this game is a buy. If you're not into fetch quests or tedious, monotonous gameplay, steer clear. This is on the PSN store now. Go buy it.